Hi, my name's Bertie and I enjoy cooking, and I'm sure a lot of people out there also enjoy cooking, and I thought that some of these things that are supposed to be very difficult, like hollandaise sauce, are really not so difficult to do. So what I've done is to make eggs Benedict with bacon hollandaise, in case your hollandaise isn't fattening enough. You put some vinegar in and you reduce that with some peppercorns. Should really use white pepper, but I don't have white pepper, and I'm not particularly concerned about the aesthetics of things. I mean, it's only for me. I mean, if you want to be all fussy about that sort of thing, then you can be. The other very important ingredient that you will need is about half a glass of white wine, and that's just for you. Imbibe and slowly marinate. You're going to need, now, show the ingredients. This is cheap bacon that I bought from a corner shop. We have free-range eggs. Always go for free range if you can. We see these clucking about, so that seems like the sort of poncy thing that TV chefs say. Is that I haven't. Is it back to me? I'm talking. Is that I have this intimate relationship with the animals that I'm using? But of course they don't. I don't think that they care for one moment. Now you're going to need half of this butter. So just you could do that now. You could do that later, really. Now you're going to separate some eggs. Separating eggs is very straightforward. You just crack the egg. Take off the white. Bloop, 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 bloop. Like that. There you go. And we're going to use 2 eggs for that. And if you keep the whites, then that's very, very handy if you want to make a souffle later. If you're in a sort of souffle mood. Although you may just not care about souffle. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's watching this. I mean, you might just be watching to see a man get drunk and make a fool of himself while making eggs. So, good. So those are our eggs. Now, follow me to the sink. Kitchen hygiene, very important, except we don't have any hot water, so, just trust that the eggs aren't riddled with salmonella. Good. Right. Now, what we're going to do is we're reducing the vinegar. That's fine. And we need a whisk. So we're going to add a bit of salt and pepper to our eggs. And we're going to put some water on so that we can make a bain-marie. So for those of you who don't know, a bain-marie is this. And the bowl shouldn't be touching the water. That's all you need to know, really. That's sizzling away nicely. Nom, 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 nom. God, I hate the smell of cooking vinegar. I'm not one of these people who likes vinegar. Hence the lemon. I do like a good twist of acidity in my hollandaise, and as you're using the bacon, then that's very worthwhile doing. Also, now, put that back on there. Now you're going to come in and get in on the eggs. Now, oh God, don't inhale the vinegar. Just add the vinegar in, which should start to cook the eggs a little bit. And we're going to put all of this butter into the frying pan. Now I realise it is a lot of butter, so you may not want to eat this every day, even though I had it today. I'm having it today and yesterday, and I think I had it the day before as well. So, but so long as you keep up a good regime of exercise, as I don't, so you should be fine. I don't know. Just don't sue me if you have a heart attack, alright? Okay, so we're going to put these eggs on here, on the bain-marie, and we want those to, now we've got the butter on a low heat. Now, as you can see, you get all of this sort of scum on the top of the egg. Now, if you want to clarify it, okay, back to me. I think they've got the gist of the butter there. If you want to take that off, you can. That's called clarifying the butter, and then you will leave the buttermilk at the bottom and just pour off the clear butter. But I'm not going to bother, because seriously, there are better things in life to do than clarify butter. Now, time for another little slurp of wine. Excellent. Now, what you want to do with these eggs is you want them to thicken, but you don't want to end up with scrambled eggs, which is why we use a bain-marie. You see, if you're cooking it in a normal pan, then these stoves get much, much hotter than 100 degrees, whereas the water boils at 100 degrees and can't get any hotter than that. So, well, that's the theory. Although with all that steam building up in there, God knows how hot it gets. So let's keep stirring that. Now let's mush the butter around a little bit. We're going to turn that up a bit. Now you have to keep a good eye on these eggs. At this point I'm probably going to cut. Maybe I'm not going to cut, I don't know. But back to me, I mean, they don't use just these endless stirring of eggs. But, gosh, I managed to get that all over my face. Don't wipe your face on your hands. It's bad kitchen hygiene. As you can tell, I'm not very good at kitchen hygiene, but I don't think it really matters when you're cooking for you or your friends, you know. I think, how picky can people be? Besides which, I haven't got any sort of dangerous disease yet, but you know, there's always hoping. So break up the butter a bit so that it melts a bit better. Now I'll give you an example of clarifying butter when that's melted. Hello, so I changed my mind. I am going to show you how to clarify the butter. So back to the butter, and you just scoop off that gunk on the top and just get rid of it. So you don't want that. I mean, you can keep it if you like. I don't think there's much spoiling. It doesn't take very long to just clarify a bit of butter. So, you know, glad you could tell that I planned this all. First I'm clarifying butter, now not clarifying butter. God, well, I must drive everybody mad, but never mind. So, you're really supposed to not. You're just supposed to get the gunk. Right, that'll do. I mean, I don't think we need to be. Maybe we need to be a bit more anal about it. Okay, no, that'll do. Now, okay. Now we're going to put this back on there, and we're going to put the bacon in. Now, you use half a pack of butter for the bacon, not because you want to deep fry the bacon, even though the idea of deep fried bacon is extraordinarily appealing, but because we are going to use that butter to make the hollandaise. Now, lay all that bacon in. And the great thing about cooking in quite a lot of fat is that you can be sure that all of your bacon will cook if you sort of place it on top of each other. Can you get, you getting the bacon in? I think that's probably, excuse me, that's probably enough for me. And we're going to put that on to cook. Now, another little rinse of the hands, but we've been touching bacon this time. So why are you filming that? Come on, back over here. Right, so, I see that you've become acquainted with the bacon, but I'm the one who's talking. So when I'm talking, when it's, God, I thought Keith Floyd was. Now, that is too thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little drop of cold water. I don't know whether it matters whether it's cold, but if you beat that in, it should thin down quite a lot. You see, this is the great worry, is that your hollandaise will curdle. And it's just getting, just that first bit where you're doing the eggs, where it's a little bit risky. But, as you can see, it's not the greatest texture in the world, but when we add the fat, it will all be absolutely fine. So, you can see there that it's a lot smoother than it was. So, we're going to add some more water to this pan. We don't need this pan anymore because we're going to poach the eggs in the other pan. So, I put the kettle on to boil. And I should probably stick these things out of the way. Now you can just tend to the hollandaise. That means I don't really have a clue what I'm doing. Now, I've just been informed that you really shouldn't put fat down the sink. What the hell you're supposed to do with it, I don't know. But apparently you don't put it down the sink. So, if you saw me do that and then you were cooking along with me and you did that, well, sorry, because I probably fucked up your drains. So stick a little bit of vinegar in the water, and what you're going to do is you're going to crack an egg into that, but you are going to have to stir the water first. So get it on the water. Thank you. So you create a vortex in the middle, and then you want to crack your egg in like that, and it should keep a nice round shape. So I'm just going to use one egg for today. This amount of hollandaise will support 2 people or 1 glutton. So I mean, if you're feeling greedy, you can always have 2 eggs. Now let's see. Now that's spitting very violently. So before you check it, just take it off. The eggs will take about 6 minutes. So I'm going to put a timer on for that. And I'm going to make sure that the water is boiling a bit more than it is. So, good. What we're going to do is we're going to we'll come over to the sink area, because this could be a bit messy. Now, we're going to put some of the fat from the bacon into this egg base. So let's just, there you go. I mean, I like my bacon crispier than that, so I'm just going to put that there for now, okay? So I'm going to, first I'm going to flip the bacon over. Come on, come on. Oink, oink, oink. Gosh, I know that the camera person is really, really annoyed with me saying that. This is being filmed by my auntie, and she's a vegan. So, sorry, Auntie Deb. Now, there's 1 piece of bacon. I'll flip that when we cut. So you're going to add a little bit of the oil, a bit at a time, and then you're going to beat it in like mad. Don't let it curdle. Okay? So it's lovely, and it should thicken up as you add the fat. It's the same principle as making mayonnaise. You're making an emulsion, basically. I don't think I actually need that. I think the bacon's going to stay where it is. Ideally you would have an extra hand, but I don't. So just keep doing that. No, it's fine, really. And you can see as soon as it goes in, it starts to curdle. So that's why you need to whip it up very, very energetically. Now I'm going to pour out most of this fat into here. And once you've added the first bit, then you can be a bit more generous with the amount of fat that you're putting in. And just continued beating, that's the most important thing. Get all of that lovely bacon-infused fat in there.